Okay, let's just forget everything we think we know about magic and folklore for a minute. For this explainer, we're going to reframe Santa's yearly run as maybe the most advanced, most sophisticated technological operation in history. We're going to break down exactly how next-level physics and futuristic tech could actually make it all happen. So let's start with the sheer scale of the challenge. First things first, you have to wrap your head around the numbers. The target demographic here is, get this, roughly 2.2 times billion children around the world. That number, it's just staggering. And it really sets the stage for the kind of mind-bending technology we're going to need to even consider.
And right away, that brings us to the biggest question of all, the one that drives this whole investigation. How can one single operation, even with an amazing team, pull off a global delivery on that scale in just one night? You know, this isn't just a shipping and logistics puzzle. We are talking about a problem that gets into fundamental physics.
So, just so we're all on the same page, our core idea here is pretty simple. We're taking magic completely off the table. Instead, we're looking at this whole mission through the lens of speculative science. We're talking about a clandestine technology that's so incredibly advanced, it might as well be magic to you and me.
Let's begin at the very source, manufacturing. Now, we're not talking about some quaint little workshop. I want you to picture a completely off-the-grid, state-of-the-art Arctic research and development facility. This is Operation Toy Factory. The very first major hurdle this operation faces is just production. I mean, how do you manufacture billions of totally unique items, all on demand, while staying completely invisible? We're talking no supply chains, no satellite signatures, no industrial emissions, nothing. How is that even possible? Well, the potential answer lies in a technology called quantum fabrication. And you can forget your standard 3D printing, this is a whole other league. This is the theoretical ability to construct anything you can imagine, literally atom by atom, using just a digital blueprint and raw energy. So the workflow would look something like this. First, you download all that global wish list data. Then, the quantum fabricators build the items instantly, no assembly required. And finally, the finished gifts are just teleported directly into the sleigh's cargo hold. It's a completely silent, instantaneous assembly line with zero moving parts. Okay, with production solved, we can now tackle the intelligence side of the mission. Let's call it Project Naughty or Nice. And what it is a global behavioral analysis program on a scale that is just unprecedented. This is the classic question, right? He knows when you were sleeping, he knows when you're awake. How is that kind of omniscience even achieved? Forget elves on shelves. We have to think way, way bigger. The only really plausible explanation is some kind of unknown, highly advanced global monitoring technology. We're talking about a system that can analyze the behavior of billions of people in real time, something far beyond any surveillance network that we know exists today. All right, the toys are made, the list is checked. Now we get to the delivery vehicle itself. And forget wood and runners. What we're really talking about is a hypersonic sleigh. A craft that's been designed to cross the entire globe in just a few hours. In fact, it's probably better not to think of it as a sleigh at all. It's more like a futuristic spacecraft, maybe even a UFO. This is a vehicle that's capable of speeds and maneuvers that completely defy everything we currently understand about aerospace engineering. So how does it move that fast? Well, there are two leading theories. The first is wormholes, literally bending the fabric of space-time to create a shortcut. The other theory is quantum teleportation, where the sleigh dematerializes in one location and then instantly rematerializes at its destination. And think about this for a second. Could this level of technology be the reason why the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, has such a hard time tracking this thing every year? It just appears and disappears from their radar because it's not flying in any traditional sense. It's actually bending the rules of physics. So, we've arrived at the destination, but how do you actually complete the delivery? This is the final phase of the mission, the stealth infiltration protocol. And, as you can see, a chimney is entirely optional. The key technology here is likely a concept from physics known as quantum tunneling, and it's a real phenomenon. It's where a particle can pass straight through a solid barrier that it shouldn't be able to penetrate. If you could scale that up to a macro level, it would be like walking straight through a wall. And that's really the takeaway here. This technology makes physical barriers totally irrelevant. A locked door, a sealed window, a modern high-rise apartment with no fireplace, it just doesn't make a difference. No chimney? No problem.
So, after breaking all of this down, the quantum fabrication, the global surveillance, the space-time bending travel, and the quantum tunneling, we're left with one final and pretty fascinating question. If a technology this advanced is really out there, will we ever even be able to find the workshop?
Perhaps the real answer is, we aren't meant to. The success of the entire mission depends on its secrecy. So for now, we'll just have to end with the only official communication that's ever been received from the operations commander. Santa wishes everyone a Merry Christmas, and to all a good night.